Good evening. Prairie Piper here on a Monday night. And I think this is probably going to be the last tobacco review of 2025. Can't guarantee that, but I think it probably is. Lots going on right now, as I'm sure there's lots going on with everybody out there given the time of the year that it is. So I didn't have a chance to do this on the weekend. That's why I'm doing it tonight. So I think it's our fifth. Is it our fifth or our fourth? I'm not sure. I think it's the fifth English tobacco review. I debated getting out of the GLP's train and trying something else. I was thinking maybe Star of the East, switch things up a little bit, but I decided to just stick with GLPs. This is not a GLP series, although it certainly seems like it's turning into that, not by design. But tonight, what we're going to smoke is Maltese Falcon, another GLP's English blend, which I've always wanted to try, never had the chance. So very excited about this. Let's check out the tin note. It is a ribbon cut. It basically has the same components, I believe, as Westminster, which we did last weekend. Basically, red Virginias, some brights, Orientals, and Latakia. It says Latakia, generous portions of Latakia in Maltese Falcon. It also, I believe, says generous amount of Latakia in Westminster. So they've got identical components. They do smell different. I actually had the tin out here earlier of Westminster. They do smell different, but we'll see if they smoke different. But tin note for Maltese Falcon here. And I should point out, this is a 5-year-old tin. So this tin is from January 2021. So next month, we'll make it 5 years old. So tin note, it's smoky. You can definitely smell heavy Latakia in there. It's sweet, pungent, earthy. That moist, earthy kind of smell. Is there some sweetness in there? Yeah, I think there's probably some sweetness. Probably some florals from the Orientals. My gut's telling me it's probably some floral from the Orientals as opposed to tanginess from the red Virginias, but it's hard to tell, right? With a 5-year tin, when you age stuff, it's a little bit more difficult to tease out some of the individual components, right? Because they all sort of stew together. But there is definitely a nice, I don't know if I'd say sweetness, but there is a nice floral sense, floral and smoky. So. My instinct's telling me Latakia and Oriental forward on this. But we'll see how it smokes, right? So let's, it's a ribbon cut. Let's go, I got some on the hood of the car here. Let's go take a look at, get a close up on it, see what we're dealing with here. Let me turn this around. So, sorry about this. Decided to do the video outside here, and yeah, I usually do half of it inside, half of it outside, but there's too much going on inside right now. So there it is. There is the Maltese Falcon, Virginia, Orientals, and Latakia. And it does say that the Virginias are reds and brights. So a good portion of Latakia in there, as you can see. A lot of dark leaf in there. Smells very good. Like I said, smells kind of Latakia and Oriental forward. So just turn this around here. We don't have to pause the video because I'm already out here. I am smoking a Christmas pipe because it's Christmas. Where is it? Where's my pipe? I am smoking. Where's my matches? Here's my matches. Redbird. Like a lot of things, these things used to be like $1.99. Now I think they're like $6. What are you gonna do? So, wooden matches. Let's Angle this a little bit more. So the pipe I'm smoking today is a Christmas pipe. The Christmas Peterson pipes from, was it 2021? I think. This is the Professor. Gorgeous pipe, love it. Got the bronze band there. I don't know if there's a lot of lighting out here. I don't know but it's a sweet pipe. This is the Sherlock Holmes series. I think I've shown this before. I think I showed it in my, well, I definitely showed it in my Christmas pipes video. But yeah, I love this pipe. It's got a nice deep bowl. Smokes really good. Loves Englishes. So let's fire it up here. See what we get. Very pleasant. It's going to take a few lights. Normally I omit this part, but let's just keep filming. Creamy. That's yummy. Let's finish this charring light. So like I said, tin was 5 years old, came out of the tin, probably ready to smoke after 5 years. I don't know what a fresh tin is like, but after 5 years, I did give it a few minutes drying time. You probably don't need to. That's nice. So now I can taste reds. I can taste the tang of the reds mixed in with the floral potpourri of the Orientals with a bit of smokiness. This is nice. I got to be honest with you, GLPs is making me a believer in English blends again. These last 4 or 5 that I've had, I know they're like heavyweights, you know, Westminster, Quiet Nights, Maltese, Falcon. They're all had a lot of reviews. You know, a lot of reviews, a lot of high reviews, a lot of praise. There's a lot of Kia too. God, these blends just all mix in and complement one another so amazingly. No, I don't. Dogs are outside, and the man door's right here, and the gate to the back door's out there. They've been out there for about an hour, so they might be barking to come in. This is just another smooth, creamy, smoky, tangy, tangy, but not like a high tang, just sort of like it's there and you can taste it. Just kind of blends in with the smoky creaminess, and you get the floralness, that potpourri of the Orientals. This is nice. There's almost like a candied aftertaste. I don't mean like I'm saying candied, but kind of like boiled sweets, if that makes any sense. This nice kind of candy taste after. Which it's probably the Reds and the Orientals dancing around together. This is damn good. This is really good. Obviously, I need to smoke more of this, but I can tell you right now, I think I'd probably go for Maltese Falcon over Westminster. And that's not a knock at Westminster. Like, I mean, these blends are so... I wanted to try all these blends for a long time. And like I said, I know I keep repeating myself in these videos, but I'm Maltese Falcon, Quiet Nights, Westminster, I wanted to try for a long time. And I'm glad that I finally did. They're all amazing. Like, honestly, they're all amazing. And I got to be honest with you, like, to me, a lot of Latakias can just feel sort of monotonous and undistinct from one another. Trust me, these, even though they have, many of them have the same components, they all taste differently. They truly do. It's tasty. Yeah, it's just got this really nice sweetness, this sweet, probably more sweet floral note than smoky as I get more into it. You know you're smoking in English. Like the smoke, it's a dry woodsy smoke, it's in there. Just lets you know that, look, I'm in there. But I feel like the Orientals and the Reds are in the cockpit on this one. And it's smooth. I think somebody that's trying to get, I think somebody that wants to get into Latakias could probably, like English blends, could probably pick this up. And Balkans too. Like, I think anyone could pick this up and get into it. It's almost like it's got enough flavor and strength and taste for somebody that's more seasoned, but it's got enough softness. I don't mean light or mellow, but it's got enough softness in the smoke that it's, I think, approachable probably for newer pipe smokers. And as I smoke more and more of these GLP blends, I'm starting to feel like that's part of the magic in Peace's blending. Is many of his blends, you know, I mean, this is my 4th or 5th one in the last month, and they all, honestly, outside of Quiet Nights, and Quiet Nights is incredible, I'm not saying, but a lot of these other ones, I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably Chelsea Morning 2, which I have, maybe I'll do that soon, that they're all really approachable. Like, you could honestly, like, the vet can appreciate this, the seasoned pipe smoker can appreciate this, but also somebody that's newer, maybe a couple of years into pipe smoking, or a year or a month, could probably get into too. I don't know, is that the magic of GLPs? Is that the magic of his blending? I don't know how he blends these that are just appeal. They just appeal to everybody. Like, that's kind of my gut. These blends that I've done the last 4 or 5 weeks, I think would appeal to everybody. Dogs are inside. Now they're barking on this side. Okay, we're 15 minutes. This is a fantastic smoke, I gotta tell you. Let me smoke this a little while longer, and then we'll wrap this up and give you my final thoughts. It's getting stronger, which is interesting to me. Halfway down the bowl, it's actually getting stronger in taste. And even the smoke is thicker and heavier. It started off slightly creamy, not a lot, but slightly creamy, smooth, approachable. I don't know if I hit a rough patch here. And by rough patch, like I'm not saying as a negative. I mean, it's gotten stronger, which is typically not something you get once you're halfway down the bowl. But I sneezed a couple times, and I sneezed because of my retrohaling. That's usually a sign for me that something is not mild. I'm fine with that. But yeah, so I don't know if I want to say this is as approachable as I initially thought. Again, having said that, I don't want to scare anybody away from this. This is a fantastic blend. And while I understand the logic and the intuitiveness behind saying, this is for a seasoned smoker, somebody that's used to handling a little bit more heavier smoke, stronger taste, stronger nicotine, whatever it may be, than some of the lighter stuff that, newer pipe smokers should get into. I'm always cautious about saying this is for newer pipe smokers, this is for more seasoned pipe smokers, because to be honest with you, when I got into pipe smoking, when there wasn't a lot of guidance back in the day, we just tried everything. I mean, we really didn't even know what was like strong and heavy and what was light and fluffy. I mean, we just smoked everything and then smoked what we liked. So I don't want to steer anybody into one direction saying, well, this is for the seasoned smoker and this is for, somebody that's just being introduced. Smoke everything, man. Your taste buds, your palate's going to tell you this is way too strong, or it's got a heavy nick hit, whatever it might be. Your palate's going to tell you. So I guess what I'm saying is don't be afraid. I think some of these tins do themselves a disservice, right? The tin descriptions that say, for the seasoned pipe smoker, because I remember, man, back in the day, we didn't know anything about this. We were just buying tins generally like you buy alcohol when you're younger, right? The coolest bottle or the coolest tin art is kind of what you bought. And of course, price played into it, right? And sometimes those were blends that were, that knock you on your ass. And some you liked and some you're like, I'm never smoking that again. It's way too powerful for me, right? But live and learn. So I guess what I'm saying is I think this is a little bit stronger halfway down the bowl now than my initial first impressions were. But don't let that scare you. It's delicious. It is a great smoke. I think I'm enjoying this more than I did Westminster, to be honest with you. And I like Westminster. That was good too. I feel that there's just, what it is? There's a little bit more strength in this. And by strength, I mean taste. There's more, to me, there's a stronger taste profile in this than there is Westminster. And I like stronger tasting blends. Okay, 20 minutes. I don't think this needs to be any longer. There it is. I am going to enjoy the rest of this smoke in my Peterson Professor Christmas pipe. There it is. Another winner from GLP's, and it's Maltese Falcon. This is a fantastic blend, 5 years aged, beautiful. I'm going to try and squeeze in another video. I don't even think it's going to be a pipe review, but maybe on the 24th, Christmas Eve day, sometime in the afternoon, just as a kind of wrap up, although the year is not over. So I'll probably see you guys briefly on the 24th. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'll see you again very soon for a quick video. Prairie Piper out.